Blasting deep underground, getting down to the continental shelf. I'll pretend I'm surprised by the lies that I'm telling to myself, that you're good for me.
Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back to another video on Supergirl Season 3, and today we will be reviewing Season 3, Episode 1, which is entitled Girl of Steel. Yes guys, Supergirl is back, and I have so much to say about this brilliant premiere episode, so if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, because I'm going to be doing Supergirl videos all year long when the shows are on and when the shows are off, so definitely be sure to hit that like button. Hopefully we can hit about 200 likes, that would be awesome. So yeah, this year the reviews are going to be working differently from last year, and they will be more analytical and not just looking at the plot and the character points of the episode. So the review will be in segments. Number 1, my overall thoughts on the episode. Number 2, the visuals and the standard of the making of the episode. And then number 3, the plot. Number 4, the character. Those two will sort of be together and interlinking. And then at the end, I will do a quick wrap up of my top 5 moments of each episode. So that is how it's going to work for my reviews this season. I've decided to switch it up and cover a lot more. So these reviews are going to be a bit longer. So they're always going to be at 4 PM UK time, unless I can get them up really early, and that would be awesome, but I'm very busy in the day. So this episode was brilliant. I'll talk about why I think it's so good later, but it felt like a whole new take on the Supergirl TV show, and I feel as if this is for the better, as it covered a lot of points and created some awesome new mysteries and introduced some great new characters. Overall, a great season premiere, and I'm so happy it was so well received by others, especially people that didn't like season 2 so much and they thought episode 1 was very good. So Supergirl is off to a really good start at the start with this amazing episode. So moving on to the visuals, the first part of the review, and the quality of the TV making. So I am lost for words. This episode was a massive step up on many levels, with the screenplay off the bat being noticeably much better than any job from season 2. So great job for them to actually cover that aspect and improve that aspect. The use of colors within especially the dream scene and the ending scene, which we will talk a bit more about later in the plot segment of the review. The use of the lighting seeping in from the sky create a dreamlike world full of vibrant colors within the cornfields. You can tell right away that this is some form of Cara's utopian world that she is envisioning, with her mum and Mon-El both being there, which is something that she really wants. So the cinematography was a big improvement within each of the scenes, flowing much better. That's just one reason. And they do love their pan shots. I noticed during this episode I was taking a lot of time to look at, you know, the camera movements and what they're doing with the camera as well. So they do love their pan shots, and I think it's something very unique in the Supergirl TV show because they use them a lot. So the opening scene when Cara snaps out of her dream is amazing, as like I've said in previous videos, the darkness surrounding her when she's just flying in the air really reflects her actual emotions, which is something that's used a lot in film noir. Like I said in yesterday's video, in the early scenes you can see it's a heavy influence by using minimal light upon the character. Having the contrast between light and dark is something very noir. So moving on to the next segment, character and plot. This episode weaved all of our characters into very similar storylines, with only really 2 main storylines, that being one stopping Bloodsport and the other was Lena Luthor, and obviously they interlinked by the time of the end of the episode. So it seemed to be like all the characters were progressing very seamlessly and worked extremely well together within the episode, and it's absolutely great to see this, as in last season they did have a bit of a problem with their subplots, and yeah, so they wrapped that up and that was really nice. So the introduction of Mon-El and Allura in the opening scene of the episode was awesome. I loved how they used Mon-El within this episode as if he has some sort of psychic connection, and how Cara needs to have that humane part of herself in order to carry on with her life. And I thought the way that Cara slowly learned to embrace her humanity throughout the episode was one of the highlights for sure during this episode. Melissa Benoist did an amazing job of portraying this different version of Cara that we've never really seen before. And also I'm really enticed into Samantha's storyline straight away, with us now feeling for her and her daughter, which is definitely something that the writers intended, because everything, if you didn't know, within movies or TV, it's all intended, everything is written down, everything is planned, so it's definitely intentional that we are supposed to like them. So we are sort of like, no, because we know that she's going to turn into a world killer, and that's obviously her alter ego, because we are told to like them, and it's going to be really heartbreaking when they do it, but it's going to be awesome when she actually turns into a villain. So the ending scene was absolutely amazing, literally something straight out of a horror film. I felt like that ending scene was part of the reason why the episode was so good. It was just such a good ending, as the twist with the colours as it fades to a dark version of the dreamlike sequence being the opposite of the opening dream sequence, with it being the ending, and also with the colours, but a nightmare it was. And that is probably what Rain is actually going to in turn look like when she truly becomes a villain, and that is horrifying. And I'm super excited, as she is truly demonic within this scene. So if she does look like this, it's going to be a great use of juxtaposition, as Samantha is like the opposite of what she looks like. She is terrifying. So I thought that was a really nice horror edge to the episode. So quickly, my top 5 moments within the episode. Number 5, Cara arguing with Alex. It was just such a good scene, shot with raw emotion, and I felt like the speech Cara gave to Alex saying that Cara Danvers was a mistake was so harsh, and it was just acted out really greatly. And then number 4, Morgan Edge. His character was truly menacing within this episode, and I can't wait to see his storyline with Lena Luthor during this season, as he really boosted Lena's character within this episode, I feel myself. As last season I didn't really actually enjoy her arcs for the most part in season 2, and I love the scene where Supergirl actually confronts Morgan Edge and leaves him on the boat. It was just class. So number 3, the underwater scene was just filled with such emotion, and the way they weaved Mon-El into the scene was just great, as it shows how Cara needs to have that humane part of herself, like I said before, in order to survive. So number 2, the opening dream sequence was, like I said earlier, just magic, with all the colours and the use of Mon-El and Allura depicting Cara's utopian feel world that she would dream to have. So that was her dream sequence, and it was amazingly shot, and the colours and everything within this scene was just perfect. So number 1, my favourite scene of the episode, the ending scene with the Rain dream, where Allura is turned from just herself and then integrated into Samantha's own dream. So I think that's what they were trying to do, integrate Cara thinking about her mum and then just switching, so Rain is actually dreaming about her alter ego, if you understand. So I think in the next few days I will do a Rain explainer video as to that ending scene when I get the time, so probably maybe this Thursday or sometime on the weekend I'll get around to doing that Rain video. So it was just class, and it felt truly terrifying, and it was something really from a horror, and that's just what you want from a villain. You want that demonic edge, so we haven't had a villain like that since Zoom. Zoom was demonic, and this is even scarier. So I'm super hyped for Rain. I thought this episode was amazing. But anyway guys, can you give me some feedback about this episode and also my review, how I structured it? Do you think it's better? I personally think it's better. I think it gives a lot more detail into the episode, and I cover a lot more with these certain segments within the review. So anyway guys, I will have my trailer breakdown later today, and maybe a flash video regarding the sneak peek that they will probably release sometime later today. So if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.
It doesn't make us strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue tied to service like shy preteen.